Hello, this is Tom Sapp Photographer here. We're going to be talking about a telephoto lens. What defines a telephoto lens? Let's talk about that real quick. A lot of people think that a telephoto lens is defined by having multiple lenses. That's like, for instance, this one is a 70 to 200. So that would be a lot of lenses in between as well, and they're listed here on the top. A lot of people think that that is defining a telephoto lens. In fact, it's not true. The rear element, you have a front element here, your front optic, okay? You have the rear element in the back right here. Okay, that rear element magnifies the front element. Okay, so if you have a 200 millimeter lens, this is about the distance of a 200 millimeter lens would be about right here. Okay, for instance, like a 600 millimeter lens would be 23 inches long. So 23 inches, you're looking at, I mean, it's going to be pretty long and pretty heavy as well. So what that does is it puts weight on the mounting bracket, causes that to come loose over time, and that's an expensive repair. All right. Now, when would you use this lens? A telephoto lens. Well, obviously, if the purpose is to shrink the lens, say a 600 millimeter would be too long, and you're trying to hand hold that, it would be like holding a Canon. You'd be way out here. What you would want to do is get a telephoto lens in that case if you have maybe back problems, or it's just simpler as well. So, in terms of when you would use it, you can use it any time. For anybody, actually. It's just a means of shrinking that distance and making it more user-friendly, more customized for hand-holding and walking around. Say you're doing photojournalism, much easier to deal with. Now, the distance, the telephoto lenses, you can have short ones, you can have long ones, they're all different millimeters. When would you use the longer ones is just a matter of what you're doing. Like, in instance, landscapes, like this one, I was taking this off a bridge, okay? Now, it was very, very far away. I'm about a mile away here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'm taking a photograph of downtown, and I'm trying to compress all these buildings and all this stuff that people really want to see into a little 8x12 print to be sold downtown. So when I'm taking this photograph, I want to get all that stuff in there. So the compression factor of a long lens, a telephoto lens like this, is what I was going for. Also, for instance, this one. If you can see, this photograph is a picture of a building downtown. It's called the Bellamy Mansion. I was taking a photograph. I wanted to get the fountain in the foreground here, but I didn't want the fountain to be overwhelming in the photograph to where it stretched out and the building was small in the background. So I used the long lens, my telephoto 200 lens here, and I backed up as far as I could. I was basically against the wall on the opposite side of the street. Taking a photograph of the fountain, and I'm using the compression factor of this long lens. And that compression factor is what the long lenses do for you. Okay, short lenses, they stretch things out. For instance, this one, I'm laying down on the boardwalk here on the dock, and I'm shooting up, and I'm trying to get, stretch this walkway way out. I want to get the colors in there. So that's why I used the shorter lens, whereas this one, I needed the compression factor to squish things, push them closer together. That's Telephoto Lens, Tom Sapp Photography. Thank you so much.